WXCO 98.9, Wausau's real news and great conversation. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
For WXCO News, I'm Isabella Nieto. Some Republican lawmakers have proposed a bill that would ban absentee ballot drop boxes in Wisconsin, and it got a hearing in an assembly committee Tuesday. Savannah Tomei Olson takes us there.
Wisconsin had more than 500 drop boxes in 2020. In 2022, the state Supreme Court ruled they're unconstitutional. Less than a year later, justices reversed that decision. Currently, it's up to each municipality and clerk to decide whether to use a drop box. Last year, according to documents from the Wisconsin Elections Commission, there were 78 across the state. Now, 20 Republicans have signed on to a bill that would ban the use of drop boxes in Wisconsin. However, we have a Democratic governor, so even some Republicans who want to ban drop boxes said they couldn't support this bill, knowing it would be vetoed. Representative Lindy Brill, who wrote the drop box ban bill, and Representative Scott Krug, both Republicans.
My first question is, do you see Governor Evers signing this bill?
Fair question. No, unfortunately. But I'm taking this head on because our Republican president believes this is the direction we should be heading.
A handful of clerks testified against the bill Tuesday. They said at this point they feel a drop box is safer than the mail. Rock County Clerk Lisa Tollefson and Marathon County Clerk Kim Trueblood.
My husband was a town clerk, and during the November election, he had a ballot that should never have left Wisconsin that detoured through South Dakota.
I have clerks tell me all the time that they are getting absentee ballots returned up to a week after the election, and based on the postmark, it has taken 2 or 3 weeks for that ballot to go through the mail stream. It has been handled by who knows how many people in who knows how many places.
The more popular idea among clerks, Democrats, and some Republicans seem to be creating security standards for drop boxes. For Civic Media News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson.
Another safe haven baby box is coming to Wisconsin. Melissa Kay has more.
There are only 7 in the state. The furthest east is in Reedsburg and the furthest north in Green Bay. The 8th location will be closer to the center of the state.
I'm so excited that this is going to happen in Wisconsin Rapids, and I can't wait to get the ball rolling.
Local resident Linda Casper has been working with city leaders for at least 6 months to bring a safe haven baby box to the area. These climate-controlled boxes contain a bassinet and are installed in a secure location like a police or fire department. They allow parents to surrender an infant anonymously without prosecution. The first baby box in the state to receive an infant happened in Racine last month.
Child care providers across Wisconsin are calling on state lawmakers to support proposed legislation to extend funding for the Child Care Counts program. The Child Care Counts program was a major topic during negotiations on the new biennial state budget earlier this year. After declaring 2025 as the year of the kid, Governor Tony Evers repeatedly said he would not sign a budget that did not include Child Care Counts funding. Lawmakers eventually agreed on creating a $110 million bridge payments program as part of $360 million in total child care funding in the new budget. However, child care providers say the payments aren't enough to continue covering their needs. Part of the challenge is finding a way to both make child care more affordable for families while also paying providers a living wage. The proposed legislation would provide over $440 million in state general purpose revenue to support the child care industry over the next 2 years. Republican state lawmakers have proposed their own legislation under which child care providers could receive business tax credits for themselves and their staff. A Marathon County nonprofit received 60 pounds of winter gear donated by the Green Bay Packers. WSAW reports the Open Door of Marathon County received the donation as part of the team's Packers Give Back program. Open Door serves those who were released from incarceration as well as the homeless community in Wausau. The nonprofit is still accepting donations of winter gloves and thermals. To make a donation, visit their location next to St. Paul's Church at 426 Washington Street or call their executive director at 715-848-4044. The Marathon County Board is slated to adopt the county budget at a meeting next week. At a meeting on Monday, County Administrator Lance Leonard previewed the proposed nearly $200 million budget, which calls for a $61.4 million tax levy. The budget also includes an over 5% wage increase for county employees and a new public health coordinator position in the county health department aimed at addressing homelessness. The board will consider amendments before its formal adoption next Tuesday. A Rib Mountain Cafe is offering free kids' meals amid the lapse in SNAP benefits. Era Pancakes and Cafe's Era Cares meal program opened Monday and includes any item off their kids' menu. They will provide one free meal for each child who visits. In a statement, the cafe said the meals are free for any child whose family is in need or affected by the SNAP benefits pause. No proof required, no purchase needed. The meals are available at all 3 of their locations in Wausau, Waunakee, and Woodruff. The cafe plans to keep the program open as long as possible. I'm Isabella Nieto for WXCO News.
A victory for the Golden Eagles. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Basketball. The Marquette Golden Eagles beat Southern University in Milwaukee 100-82. Head coach Shaka Smart.
The way that we've built our roster, the way we've built our team, we have quite a few young guys, meaning freshmen and sophomores, that, let's be honest, their best basketball is ahead of them. But the way to get to that, they need some game reps. They need some opportunity.
The Badgers play tomorrow night against Northern Illinois in Madison. It's the Bucks and the Bulls at Five Surf Forum tomorrow night. NFL, the Packers have reviewed the tape of their loss to Carolina. I talked to linebacker Rashawn Gary.
As a defense, just trying to go out the field. We understood, how they wanted to attack us. We just got to be better at getting off the field. That's one thing that frustrated, me. But we're going to come back, correct it, because we got a big game coming up.
It's the Packers and the Eagles at Lambeau Field on Monday Night Football with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Partly to mostly cloudy today with a high in the upper 40s to low 50s here this afternoon. Tonight, a few scattered showers. We're going to drop into the low 40s. Tomorrow, a few scattered off and on showers with a high in the low to mid 50s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Wausau News Roundup from WXCO. Find more news anytime at WXCO.FM. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.